One question I'm always asked is, Jace, you always tell me when to buy, but when is the best time to sell? It's a difficult one, so let's talk about it. Alright guys, selling your Pokemon product is an interesting topic. Now it's all well and good, people saying, you should buy this, you should buy that, and kind of like me, you're sitting there and you look at your collection and it's building, and you're like, when do I sell? At what point do I just pull the trigger and let go of some of my product? And it's tough. It is a tough decision, and there's never a right decision. I will say that right now. There is not a right or wrong of when is best to sell. However, there are a few little things that I would say that you could put into work which will help in that situation, and a few things that I do myself. Now, I have sold some of my product in the past, but I have kept a lot of it as well. Now, there's some things which I've sold because of these main things. First one is, do you need the money? Now, there are times where, for me, I was like, look, real life things, I'm moving house, I could do with a little bit of extra money. Let's sell some of the stuff that I don't want. And I sold some booster boxes, I sold some ETBs. Once I've moved, I've then been able to pick some new stuff up that's been different to what I sold in previous, and the market has changed since then as well. So there's a few things that you got to take into consideration, and there's also a few things that I have sold in the past which have actually gone up in value since then. Back then I sold them because I needed the money, but they've gone up even more since then, so it is quite interesting. So a few examples for you guys of what I've sold in the past compared to what they are now. Vivid Voltage, I actually bought a ton of Vivid Voltage when they were pretty cheap. They had a big reprint, it might have been about a year ago, and I managed to pick up some Vivid Voltage booster boxes. I had maybe about 8 or 9 of them in total, and I ended up selling all but one. I've kept one in my collection, and I didn't need them. I mean, I picked them up, I think they were about £100 each I bought them for, and I sold them all for £130 each, so around about a 30% increase on each of those, which is pretty good going, quite a good return. And I haven't really collected them since, and with good reason. They haven't really climbed much, and bearing in mind I sold them, I don't know, 6-7 months ago, and they haven't really gone up really in the market, so that's one thing that's quite interesting. And another example of me selling something which has gone up since then is EV Heroes. Now, I actually bought booster boxes of EV Heroes for around about £75 to £80 each. I know, really cheap, right? And at the time, I actually sold a bunch. I think it might have been 5 or 6 of them for around about £130. Now, obviously, we know now that's over £200 a box. It has gone up over time since I've sold it, but at the time, I needed the money. So those are examples, where I'm kind of looking back going, you know what? Kind of wish I had them. Same Evolving Skies. I actually sold some Evolving Skies a while back. I've still got quite a lot of Evolving Skies, but I did sell some, back when they were about $200 a box. I picked them up when they were $100, sold them for $200, double my money. Sweet, amazing. Now we're looking over $300 a box, and going up even more. So, time changes a lot of stuff. Another good indication is reprints. Now, if loads of people are talking about reprints of certain products, and you've got quite a lot of those products, and they are currently at the highest point they've kind of ever been, then you could start to look at maybe reducing some of those and maybe pick up some of the other stuff, or get rid of some of them and pick them up when they get reprinted. Now, the problem with reprints is they don't always happen. We don't always know how much, we don't know how big, we don't know when. All depends, right? And whether or not they come at all, And there's always speculation. Evolving Skies, I was getting reprinted, big reprints of Evolving Skies. Is it coming? Probably not. It's really expensive right now. Would I pick up some Evolving Skies? Probably not. It's really expensive unless you've already picked them up. It is pretty high price to get in on it. But if you're sitting on a ton of Evolving Skies right now, if I'm being perfectly honest, I would hold on to them. Now, there are a few other sets where I could be looking at going, or maybe I might shift some of them because I know it's going to get some reprints coming. It's quite awkward right now because we're at the end of a generation. We're coming into a new one, especially with silver borders as well compared to the yellow borders. That's a big change as well. But I do feel like there's going to be some which you could look at and go, hang on a minute, I could try and sell and not. So we take a look over on TCG Player to give you guys a little bit of an example. As you can see, we've got all the different booster boxes in the Sword and Shield era right here. So we have Silver Tempest, which is sitting around 130 a box. And most booster boxes now are sitting around 130, okay? So, which is quite interesting. Now, Astral Radiance, you're looking at what, 116. Fusion Strike, which is 128, so again, 130. You have the new Scarlet and Violet, which is sitting at 130 as well. Let's take a look at these booster boxes. So I'll be looking at this and I'll be going, right, we have Silver Tempest, which is the latest set. Is it going to get reprinted? Is it going to be more of it coming? Yes, I know we already had some already arrive here in the UK, and they did drop to around 105, 110. They have dropped a little bit, and there's quite a few of it around, and I think there's even more coming. Lost Origin is another one. Again, probably going to be more likely going to be reprinted. It's in around 130. I know that we're getting more reprints here in the UK as well. That's probably going to drop maybe similar to Silver Tempest, 110, around that much. Astral Radiance, again, might get a reprint. It's pretty cheap right now, you know, more than likely. Brilliant Stars. So Brilliant Stars is an interesting one. It's still available on the Pokemon Center website for retail, although people were buying it for 180 on eBay. Don't know why, but it is available. I know that we're getting a restock in the UK at the end of this month. So you could be looking at going, okay, right, if people are actually buying it for 180 and you've got quite a lot of Brilliant Stars, now might be a good time to just ship them off. Even if you ship them off for 180, bought them off the Pokemon Center website for 140, doing pretty good, right? So those are a few examples that you could do. Another example could be you could wait for the reprint. Then we have Evolved Skies. You know, it's just too expensive in my opinion. Really, if you want to buy in on it, I think you probably be better return, to be honest, if you start investing that money into other stuff. Chilling Rain, you know, 130. Will it get reprinted? Probably not. So if you hold on to that, keep hold of it. Probably won't sell. Fusion Strikes, very unlikely to get reprinted. Again, I think it's going to climb similar to Chilling Rain, so probably not. Then if we get on to Darkness Ablaze and Vivid Voltage, both of those aren't very good. Then I haven't really moved for a while. If you do have them, just keep hold of them. I wouldn't even bother shifting them at this point. And then Battle Stars. So Battle Stars is an interesting one. If you bought Battle Stars for 80 a box, you know, because that's how cheap they were, I would hold on to them, in all honesty. I'd probably shift some of the more recent sets, like I say, that are probably going to be reprinted. If we scroll further down, we've got some more examples here. You've got XY Evolutions. The prices of that have been going all over the show. I've seen them here being sold anywhere between £700 to £800 a box. You know, I picked mine up for £650 over a year and a half ago. Would I sell right now? Probably not. I'll just hold because it will go back up to crazy highs like it's been before. And then, yeah, Rebel Clash looking like $215 a box. That's really, really good for Rebel Clash. So again, if you picked up Rebel Clash, I would sell. I wouldn't see this climbing any more crazy. You know, you pick them up at retail back when they came out, you know, 900 bucks. Now's a good time to, I would, you know, shift some. I would shift some. If you can sell some Rebel Clash for that much, shift them, take that money, put in some Chilling Rain, you know, put it into some Fusion Strike or Brilliant Stars or something like that. That's how I would do it, you know, with a set like Rebel Clash. And then we've got some other stuff as well here. You got some Sun and Moon era boxes. These are getting really expensive across the board. Burning Shadows has actually dropped. Forbidden Light's actually cheaper than I expected. But yeah, Cosmic, crazy. Unbroken Bonds has been crazy. You know, nearly 500 a box. It's just absolutely crazy. Ultra Prism's been crazy. And so has Unified Minds. Sun and Moon's been doing really well across the board. Apart from that, I would probably, like I say, sell probably more the most recent ones. Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, reprints coming. Brilliant Stars are a great one to try and shift and then pick them up when they get reprinted. Evolved Skies, like I say, bit too expensive, but it all depends on your situation and what do you want from the hobby. You know, there's one of the things which I do. I like to collect one of each booster box from each era, so one of each Sword and Shield, one of each Sun and Moon, just to have in my collection as like a nice little display, and you know, just have it in my own personal collection. And then if there's a set which I really like, I try to get a case, so 6 boxes of a particular set, things like Chilling Rain, Brilliant Stars, Evolved Skies. Those ones I really, really like. Lost Origin as well. And then there's a few other sets as well, which I try to get hold of. Hidden Fates is one of my personal favourites that I like to collect as well. I think Crown Zenith is going to be another good one. But I do feel like if there is a reprint or talks of reprints coming, then you could then, you know, offload on some of them. Now's a really tricky time, like I say, with the change of generations. Moving forward though, going into Scarlet and Violet, you know, we've seen Sword and Shield base reaching, I think it's like 260 plus a box. So if you can pick up Scarlet and Violet, that's a great one to then try and maybe offset in probably like 2 years after its release. Would probably be about 2.5 years usually. I always say minimum 3 years is a great amount of time to get an idea of the average, you know, value of the box, whether it's gone up or not, and then it's a great time to sell. But unless life really needs you to, you know, you need that money, I would hold. You know, as a rule, booster boxes and product tend to go up over time. I always prefer going with booster boxes over things like ETBs. However, ETBs have been going up in price. If you look at the Sun and Moon era ones, they've been really, really expensive, whereas the Sword and Shield ones have been holding pretty decent value. So those are quite good ones to offset. But I do feel like booster boxes is usually a great way to go if you want to buy and sell for the future. Hopefully that helps you guys. Like I say, it is very, very subjective when's like a good time to sell, but take a look at the market, go on TCG Player, have a look at the trends, do some research, see if there's any talks about any potential reprints coming and things like that. Maybe there might be other sets that's outperforming others. There might be something that you might have that's gone up in value. You might can sell them off and buy some more. Like I say, sell Rebel Clash, pick up some Chilling Rain, stuff like that. Those little movements that you can do to kind of move with what's going on with the market. If you made this far into the video, guys, and you found it helpful, make sure to smash that like button and make sure you subscribe for more Pokemon content. And guys, let me know down in the comments, what is one of the biggest factors which require you to sell? Would it be real life stuff, or do you watch the market? Do you look at other research? Do you watch other channels to get an idea of what's going on? Let me know, guys, down in the comments to help me, and obviously help out all of you guys as well. But if you want to see what my initial thoughts and opinions are on Scarlet and Violet, then make sure to click on this video right here. And if you want to watch more Pokemon content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Anyway, guys, that's it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are the legends, and I'll see you all in the next one.